The new Netflix thriller, directed by Kathryn Bigalow, reinvents the nuclear crisis genre in ways that feel both urgent and unsettling. Instead of relying on the usual spectacle of explosions and larger-than-life heroes, it delivers a slow-burn, documentary-style look at what happens when the unthinkable becomes real, and ordinary people are forced to make impossible decisions. Idris Elba takes on the role of the U.S. president, caught in a crisis that unfolds in near real time. The film's focus is on the tense, procedural chaos inside the halls of power, where every second counts and every choice could mean disaster. The film's handheld camera work and jargon-heavy script immerse us in the confusion and dread as systems designed to protect us start to fail. The audience is placed right in the middle of the action, feeling the pressure and uncertainty as events spiral out of control. What truly sets this film apart is its refusal to offer easy answers or a neat conclusion. Instead, it ends with a haunting sense of uncertainty, forcing viewers to confront the fragility of our world and the terrifying reality that some threats can't be neatly resolved. Critics are divided, with some praising its realism and others unsettled by its ambiguity. But the film's central question is clear. What would really happen if nuclear safeguards failed, and how prepared are we for that possibility? This essay will break down what the film gets right and wrong about nuclear war, comparing its scenarios to real-world expert analysis. We'll look at how the movie's depiction of decision-making, communication breakdowns, and the chain of command stacks up against actual protocols and historical incidents. By examining where fiction meets reality, we'll uncover the true risks and challenges our leaders would face in a nuclear crisis, and what lessons we can draw from both the film and history. This is more than a movie review, it's a wake-up call about the lessons this film offers today, and a reminder of the stakes we all share in a world where the line between fiction and reality can blur in an instant. The film opens on a calm day in Washington, D.C., until a sudden alert from early warning satellites shatters the peace. Anna Park, an intelligence officer, discovers a single ballistic missile has been launched from the Pacific, headed for the U.S. with less than 30 minutes to impact. The president is rushed to the Situation Room, forced to choose: retaliate on limited information, or wait and risk losing a city. The movie's tension comes from the frantic, step-by-step activation of crisis protocols, as officials scramble to verify the threat and coordinate a response. No one knows who launched the missile or why, making every second of indecision feel like an eternity. The film highlights the terrifying speed of modern warfare. 30 minutes to make a world-altering decision. Asks, what if our safeguards failed, leaving leaders as confused and terrified as everyone else? While the film's bolt-from-the-blue attack is gripping, nuclear experts say it's one of the least likely ways a nuclear war would start. Real nuclear conflict would almost always follow a period of escalating crisis, not sudden peace. Experts like Matthew Bunn argue that a real first strike would involve hundreds of missiles, not just one, aiming to cripple the enemy's arsenal. The film's single missile scenario is a narrative shortcut, focusing attention on decision-making rather than geopolitical complexity. By isolating the crisis, the movie examines how leaders might behave under extreme pressure with incomplete information. While not the most probable scenario, it effectively exposes the fragility of our nuclear safeguards. The film's premise forces us to confront the possibility that our systems could fail in ways we never expect. After the missile launch, the film shifts to America's last defense, the ground-based mid-course defense (GMD) system at Fort Greely, Alaska. We watch technicians prepare interceptors, following tense, realistic procedures. No heroics, just focused urgency. 2 interceptors are launched, standard protocol to increase the odds of a hit. The first interceptor fails, shattering the illusion of a perfect shield. All hope rides on the second, as anxious leaders watch tracking screens. It misses too, leaving the U.S. defenseless against the incoming warhead. This sequence dramatizes the inherent unreliability of missile defense technology. The film's stark depiction suggests our faith in technology to save us may be tragically misplaced. With no technical solution left, leaders face the horrifying human decision: retaliate or not. The film's portrayal of the GMD system's failure is alarmingly realistic, echoing expert concerns. In real-world tests, the GMD system barely achieves a 50% success rate, even under ideal conditions. Firing 2 interceptors is standard, but offers no guarantee. Failures are common, and the system has never faced a real, complex attack. Adversaries would likely use decoys and countermeasures, making interception even less likely. The film's scenario, both interceptors missing, is a chillingly plausible outcome. Experts warn that relying on missile defense is a dangerous gamble. The technology is unproven and could easily be overwhelmed. For leaders, this means there's no technical fix, only impossible choices. The film's honest depiction is a crucial reminder. The only true safety from nuclear war is prevention. At the heart of the film lies a suffocating, claustrophobic depiction of decision-making inside the White House, where every second counts after missile defense systems fail. The atmosphere is thick with anxiety, as the nation's leaders are thrust into a nightmare scenario that no one ever truly prepares for. The walls seem to close in as the enormity of the situation becomes clear. The president and his closest advisors are locked in a relentless, agonizing debate. Should they retaliate and risk plunging the world into nuclear war, or hold back and risk appearing weak, possibly inviting further attacks? Military generals, their faces etched with urgency, press for an immediate counterstrike, arguing that hesitation could be fatal. Meanwhile, civilian advisors urge caution, warning that acting without knowing the true identity of the attacker could lead to catastrophic mistakes. The room is divided, every voice adding to the chaos, every opinion carrying the weight of millions of lives. The script's meticulous focus on nuclear protocols and the chilling launch on warning dilemma brings a sense of terrifying authenticity. The procedures, designed to ensure safety, now seem like a trap, forcing leaders to make irreversible choices in mere moments. The system's demand for both lightning-fast action and absolute caution creates a cruel paradox. Protocols meant to prevent disaster now threaten to unleash it. The ticking clock amplifies the tension, as every second lost could mean devastation. Under this immense pressure, bureaucratic safeguards begin to crumble, exposing the terrifying limits of process and procedure in the face of a true crisis. The very systems built to protect now seem fragile and inadequate. Ultimately, the film is a study of fallible humans, forced to make impossible choices with incomplete information, haunted by the knowledge that any decision could be catastrophic. There are no easy answers, only the unbearable, crushing weight of responsibility, as leaders grapple with the consequences of every possible action. In the end, the president is left utterly alone, isolated by the magnitude of the decision before him, a choice that could determine the fate of millions and forever alter the course of history. The film's power lies in its relentless focus on the emotional toll of crisis, capturing the raw, unfiltered emotions of those in the eye of the storm. Bigelow's documentary style captures the quiet dread, trembling hands, vacant stares, hushed voices. Each frame is a testament to the silent suffering and the heavy burden carried by those in power. No amount of training can prepare leaders for the psychological weight of imminent nuclear annihilation. The film delves deep into the psyche of these individuals, revealing their inner turmoil and the immense pressure they face. The narrative often rewinds to show moments from different perspectives, revealing a fragmented reality where no one has the full picture. This technique underscores the chaos and confusion that reigns during such critical moments. The film avoids villains. Generals and advisors are all trapped by the system, doing what they believe is right. Their decisions, though well-intentioned, are often constrained by the very system they serve. The true antagonist is the system itself, complex, flawed, and unforgiving. It's a labyrinth of protocols and procedures that leaves little room for human error. Leaders are not in control. They are prisoners of momentum, swept along by events. The film poignantly illustrates how they are often just as lost and overwhelmed as the people they lead. The film challenges the myth of strong leaders making the right call, showing instead their vulnerability and fear. It strips away the facade of invincibility, revealing the human side of leadership. In the end, it's a chilling reminder. Those in charge are only human, as helpless as anyone else. Their decisions, fraught with uncertainty, reflect the fragile nature of human judgment in the face of overwhelming odds. At its core is a critique of nuclear deterrence and the illusion of safety it provides. The film dismantles the idea that our systems, satellites, missile defense, command protocols, are stable or controllable. The House of Dynamite metaphor warns that a single spark can bring the whole system down. The movie shows how procedures meant to ensure stability can create paralysis and confusion under pressure. deterrence assumes rational actors, but the film asks, what if the attack is irrational, accidental, or anonymous? By refusing to show the final outcome, the film leaves us in uncertainty, mirroring the character's own terror. The message is clear. As long as nuclear weapons exist, we live on the edge of disaster. The only true safety is to dismantle the House of Dynamite itself. Is more than a thriller. It's a warning for our time. By blending fiction with realism, it forces us to confront the persistent danger of nuclear war. The film's depiction of missile defense failure is validated by experts. Technology cannot save us from a nuclear crisis. While a surprise attack is unlikely, the vulnerabilities the film exposes are real. Experts stress that de-escalation and diplomacy, not technical fixes, are our best defense. The film and experts agree, the only winning move is not to play the nuclear game. The safest path is toward arms control and dismantling these catastrophic weapons. Leaves us with a sobering truth. Our world's safety depends on choices we make before the crisis ever begins.